Good morning from Los Angeles, beautiful Los Angeles, West Coast, Best Coast. No. Good morning. Welcome to Trading with Sergio. I'm a wounded warrior today, physically. Account's doing fine, but I think I broke my left index finger. Look at this and look at that. It's like a drum. Now I know how important index fingers are. Luckily, I'm ambidextrous. I can do stuff with the right hand, but then typing is becoming an issue. I may have to use this finger to type for a while. Actually, I'm going to go after this. I'm going to go get an x-ray done. I hope it's not broken. If it's broken, I don't know what happens. I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, it is swollen, Doug. Good morning. Welcome to Trading with Sergio, Monday edition. Crypto is rallying a little bit. Stocks are definitely rallying. Buy the dips stands, and although I'm noticing that the momentum actually is coming out of the high flyers. I call them the high flyers. You know, the usual suspects, the quantum names, the AI power plays, Oklos and BIS and things like that. And but then the Mag 7, a couple of the Mag 7s are flying. Let's not forget about the outage, the AWS outage. Robinhood was down, so I don't know what the YOLO boys are doing. I do have a small Robinhood account, but I don't trade there. Thinkorswim seems like it's unaffected at the moment, and that's why I recommend having different accounts, different places, kind of a backup plan, right? If things like this are not in your control, obviously, and it's definitely not in Robinhood's control, so people should not be really pissed off, although I'm pretty sure they have some backup systems. And yeah, could be a problem, especially if the market's volatile and you're trying to day trade. Imagine that. Yeah, that doesn't work. So it's Monday, beautiful Monday. I'm definitely down to two positions, actually, mostly cash, waiting for the retest of the high. I don't know if we're going to get a retest of the high, but we're getting pretty close. We're probably 0.5% from the high, all-time high on NASDAQ and SPX. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see where the week is going to go. There is but there's a bunch of announcements. So with the government being shut down, by the way, BLS, obviously, Bureau of Labor Statistics, that puts out all these economic data, has been on hiatus. Although earnings season is back upon us. About 10% of the S&P 500 is going to report this week. And we'll see where it goes. So on Wednesday, U.S. crude oil inventory data. We need to pay attention to crude oil, by the way. Crude oil is lower lows, selling off. I mean, it's an important indicator for me, not for trading short term, obviously, but for long term. Why is oil selling off? Now, if oil demand is down, and that's why the price is down, although oil prices are kind of manipulated by OPEC and a bunch of other players, Russia and whatever not, but why is oil selling off? Is there no demand? Well, if there's no demand for oil, what does that mean for the economy? So, you kind of think about the macro picture a little bit, but it doesn't affect my trading that much, but still pay attention to it. What else is going on? September existing home sales data on Thursday. Now, this data is going to be old, obviously, but then last month or so, the mortgage rates have come down about 50 basis points from about 7.5 to 6.5, 7 or 6.5 range. The long end of the curve is kind of going lower slowly. The important numbers are on Friday, September CPI on Friday, and October Services PMI, and also October Michigan Consumer Sentiment Index data. on Friday. So we have three important news. The most important one being, obviously, since BLS was on, on the fritz because of the government shutdown, we're going to get the CPI inflation data from September, not October. Again, all this is lagging, right? My general opinion on all of this is Fed is cutting rates. There's a reason for it. One of the reasons is you guys have been noticing what's going on in the regional bank world. They're called the cockroach loans. Somehow, out of the blue, they started appearing all over the place. These banks don't move that way. Like, there are a bunch of them, bunch of regionals. And if you kind of look at the FRED data, Federal Reserve Economic Data, on that webpage, on their website, credit card defaults are nearing 2000, I'm not sure, 2008 or pandemic highs. Prime and non-prime auto loans the defaults are hitting all-time highs almost. So Fed is cutting rates. So I'm trying to put a picture together. Fed is also, if you do pay attention to macro, you have to pay attention to certain things that are small in nature but could be important in the longer term. What's happening with the overnight repo rates? Okay, basically the liquidity has dried up in that market, and the Fed has to step in and provide liquidity. But these cockroach loans that suddenly are being discovered all over the regional banks, and they do have some attachment to private equity as well. Is private equity going to be the next black swan? I don't know. But markets doesn't care at the moment. For the moment, it doesn't care. It will at some point if there is a problem. But the overnight lending rates, reverse repo rates, the SOFR rates are up to like 4.25. So for the uninitiated, repo rates are overnight lending rates between banks. So be available to lend some money to JP Morgan, and we're talking small banks, large banks, all of them, obviously. That's a interbank function. And then the next day, JP Morgan will return the money to be available with some interest. Well, it doesn't seem like there's liquidity there. It doesn't seem like anybody is lending anybody. Now, that may be because there's not enough deposits to do so, but, it's a technical issue, and it's really, really deep. You have to get deep into it to understand it. But the interbank exchange rates or interbank interest rates are shooting up. Well, one could be that nobody trusts any other bank, that they don't want to lend some loser some money, even overnight basis, and those interest rates are shooting up. So Fed has to come in and provide some liquidity for that market to function properly, because that is an important metric that we need to watch. Again, it doesn't affect swing trading, day trading, whatever, but then part of the macro picture. Some of you may say this is like paralysis through analysis. No, it's not. You just pay attention to it. I mean, you can't be blind to it, unless obviously you're YOLOing into something, which is happening with Beyond Meat today. Talk everywhere that retail is going to squeeze Citadel out of their short. I do agree. I mean, that's a dead company, right? I mean, probably not the word paper is printed on. But then stock is up 40% today, from like 60 cents to 90 cents, I think. And so the only thing that they did is dilute by over 100% their existing common shareholders. The other thing a lot of people don't understand is when they're trading common shares, common stock, common stock is like the bottom of the totem pole. You can't trade, like on Apple, obviously common stock is worth what it's printed on, but on some of these companies like, Beyond Meat, it's not, because they have other liabilities. They have other levels, probably. I didn't check into it, but without looking into that specific situation, there's preferred stock. Preferred stock is always above common stock. There is debt, obviously, unsecured and secured. Bonds come ahead of everything else. So the shareholder actually is the bottom of the totem pole, the common shareholder. Common shareholders comes basically last. So if a company runs into trouble, they're going to pay the debt holder first, then they're going to pay the preferred stockholders, and then they're going to pay the common stockholders or whatever is left. And usually not much is left, or pennies are left out of dollars when it comes to if a company goes BK, let's say, right? So, but a lot of folks don't understand this system. They don't have a clue about how these things work. And they go buy the common stock of a company like Beyond Meat. Well, that thing is not worth the paper it's printed on, but it moves, right? And I hear that shorts are completely have leaned into it. Well, that's why it's down to 50 cents. But then overall picture is that, if you're going to get involved in these things, take your bags, take your money and get out. Don't think it's going to be, because every time people get involved in these types of situations, they all think it's going to be the next GameStop, next AMC. It's not going to be. I mean, actually, during the pandemic, we did see a few of those, right? GameStop and AMC and Bed Bath and Beyond. Well, there's no Bed Bath and Beyond. They went out of business, right? I mean, but then stock ran to 40. GameStop stock ran, God knows, I think after split, pre-split, whatever, to 150 or whatever it was, 180, and down to 20 something. AMC, same thing. So yeah, short squeezes do happen. Gamma squeezes happen, which has been going on with quantum computing stocks, although we did make some good money last week with those inverse ETFs. That's where we are. So good morning, everyone. Let me post the link for the show, because I don't think I'm going to be doing this for more than an hour today, if an hour. Here's the link if anybody wants to come on. Here it is. If you want to grab it and come on, you're more than welcome to do so. Another thing, crypto is rallying. Bitcoin above 110,000, Ethereum above 4,000. All the chopstick boys on X are active again. Oh, it's breaking out again. So it broke out last week, broke down last week, and now it's breaking out again. In fact, I got into a little bit of it with somebody on X who has 350,000 followers. And this guy keeps just talking about technical indicators, and he's talking about, RSI, this and that. Bro, I go like, what are you doing? I mean, how do you even have 350,000 followers when what you're putting up is not, it's just hocus pocus. It's just, you can't draw charts on these things because they don't have an existing business other than owning Bitcoin or Ethereum or Solana. And then he goes like, oh, you didn't pay any attention to this. I'm like, bro, listen, I'm not arguing here with you. Just don't do anybody a disservice by drawing lines and putting technical indicators on BMNR or SBET or whatever, or MSTR. It's not going to work. They're the tail that, and the dog is the underlying. You got to follow the dog. Now, I said, if you want to do some service, go analyze ETH. Go do a technical analysis on ETH. I go, okay. It broke out, it broke down, it retested the high, sold off literally 20% plus, and BMNR sold off accordingly. And today is up over 4,000, and then BMNR moves up accordingly. It's nothing to do. BMNR or SBET or MSTR are not going to move by themselves, period. Anyway, so what else is going on? Not much else. If you guys have any questions, please post them in the chat. So the schedule this week, even with a broken finger, hopefully not, but with a broken finger, I'm going to be able to honor my commitments, which is doing trading with Sergio on Monday. You know what they say, beware of the wounded warrior. Monday's trading with Sergio, Wednesday's trading with Sergio, and Friday's power hour, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. And on Wednesdays, 4:30 p.m. Pacific, members only live. If you want to become a member and support the channel that way, click join. Send me an email, sergio@sergioavadian.com. Again, we have a new female member that just joined. I don't know what's going on. She didn't email me yet. The locker room boys at the chat group. Okay. Well, there we go. There is one. Alex. Okay. I did email you back. You, in fact, emailed me, and I sent you the Telegram chat group. So Oh, absolutely, I did. You emailed me back, and I emailed you, said, check your spam folder, number one. I sent you the Telegram chat group link. What you have to do is you have to download Telegram if you don't have it on your phone. And then click on that link, and then you'll come in. In fact, I said, when you do join, introduce yourself. Check everything else, but I will send it to you right after the live today again. It's pretty simple to do, but you have to have Telegram downloaded on your phone as an app. You can't just click on the link. Maybe if you just click on the link, it will tell you download Telegram. You can go that way. So check it now. Let me know. In fact, you know what? While you're here, let me do it. Let me do it. Okay, I'm doing it right now. Okay, so Sergio at sergioavadian.com. Ah, okay, there you go. You got it, Alex. Okay, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the group. So when you do join, introduce yourself, what your experience is, like a small paragraph. And then the boys will welcome you, and then I'll welcome you when I'm done with the live. Hopefully. Oh, there he is. Alex joined the group. I think I'm even going to say welcome. That's how easy it was. All right. So there you go. He's here. We have a new member. So if you do want to join, please, join. Click join. It's a good group. It's a tight group. I don't let anybody in. If somebody misbehaves, you're gone. But we don't talk about politics. We don't care about it. We just talk about trading. I'm trying to teach him or give him tools, new tools for their toolbox, because most people don't have a full set. When you don't have a full set, you're playing with a half a deck. It's already tough to trade, and you're going to be against it. And so I'm trying to give them all the tools, so when they are going to trade something, it's not just about selling puts, selling cover calls and things like that. There is a lot more that goes into it. And I'll let it be options, let it be technical analysis, let it be fundamental analysis, whatever not. So yeah, if you do decide to join, we'll welcome you. We'll see. I'll try to give you the best I got. And that's it. So but email me, Sergio at sergioavadian.com. I will definitely hopefully will improve your trading results, or at the minimum your knowledge level. The other thing members get is obviously they get their own members live on Wednesdays, 4:30 p.m. Pacific, 7:30 Eastern. That's more of a one-on-one kind of an interactive session where we get to talk a lot deeper about things, because sometimes chat's flying and we miss things, but then they come up with what they want me to talk about on Wednesdays during members, and then I try to do my best and explain to them what it is, how it is. Another thing is, you will obviously, if you miss it, you will have a replay. The other thing is not being financial trading and or investment advice. I post all my trades live on the Telegram chat group, and I post my open positions at the end of the day on the Telegram chat group. But I also post my open positions, full transparency, on the community page of the YouTube channel. And if you don't know where that is, you go to the YouTube channel, you swipe left. There's a middle row that says video, shorts, live, things, or whatever, podcast, whatever. You swipe left, they put it on the last tab, is called community. Click on community. When I post, by the way, you will also get a notification. So if you're not subscribed, please subscribe and turn on all notifications, so you get those notifications from the community chat group as well. Community tab. What else? Yeah. The important thing I forgot. Today at noon, my second newsletter is going out from my website. I'm not going to tell you guys what it is. So it's free. Okay. Completely free. We created the website after 2 months of work a couple of weeks ago. I don't know how many subs I have at the moment, but the automatic emails will go to your mailbox. All I'm asking you is just put your email in there. I'm not asking for your phone number. I'm not selling you anything. I want you to learn, because I believe education, financial literacy is completely out of the window. Okay. Look, there's many other choices, obviously, out there, but coming from a person with 30 years of plus of experience in financial markets, in macro and all that stuff, I think is a valuable tool. And the newsletter is free. All you have to do is click subscribe, and then there'll be a drop-down menu. Just put your email in, and every Monday you will receive. And then, so some people just said that they did not receive, just like Alex. Sometimes when you may have a firewall, number one. If you do, you're not going to receive it. But sometimes it falls in your spam folder. Go check it, say it's not spam. So next time you receive an email from Sergio at sergioavadian.com or www.sergioavadian.com, then you will get it. The first one went out last Monday. Every Monday at noon Pacific, we're going to send. We decided to send it out every Monday noon Pacific. And I would highly recommend you read it. It's just a short read. It's like a 2-3 minute read. It's going to be about pretty much covering everything, because financial literacy, I'm trying to make sure people understand that that's the only salvation you have with what the government's doing in this country and around the globe. Your salvation is to learn how to invest and to start early. There is no late time. There is no, oh, I'm too old. No, there is no time like that. The best time is today. And you need to invest. If you don't invest, you're going to be left behind. And in order to invest properly, you have to have some education, you have to have some knowledge. And that's what the website's going to provide. Also, I'm going to do some webinars. We're going to keep adding. It's only 2 weeks old. We're going to keep adding to the website. The website is www. Let's see if I can print with one finger. Actually, with the middle finger of the left hand. I don't know if it's broken. It may be just... So what happened is that I was at my son's son's club soccer game, and it was a heated game. It was towards the end. We're tied 2-2. Should have won, but long story short, somebody kicked the ball, soccer ball. It's coming at me, and I was like, I tried to catch it, and then I think it hit the tip of my index finger and kind of bent it backwards. I'm hoping it's not broken, because if it's broken, my son had a broken pinky, and he had a full-on arm cast just to stabilize the pinky. And yeah, I hope it's not that, because with the cast, I don't know if I can function. But it's not for trading only. I can do it, but luckily it's not the right hand. But I'm actually left-handed. My strong side is the left side, but I can do everything but the right hand as well as the left hand. Yeah, man, it's tough. Now I gotta go get an X-ray first to see if it's broken, then cast it. If it ain't broken, then we'll probably just put a splint and ice it, and hopefully ligaments are fine. Initially it hurt, and then it went away, and then the last night it started throbbing, and I'm going like, what's wrong? And then I wake up, I look at it, it's like a freaking drum. I'm like, it's what it is. I'm used to it. I have no cartilage in my knees from soccer injuries, so I'm okay with pain. Actually, I'm not in pain that much, but if it was broken, my wife said you'd be in a lot of pain. I'm going like, okay, cool. If it's a ligament issue, that's also a problem. That probably will require surgery. I'm not going that far. Let's go get the X-ray done first. But it's kind of turning black and blue. Obviously, the contusion. It's not a fun. It's an ugly. It looks like a, in Armenian. I'm Armenian. We have a thing called dolma. Stuffed peppers and stuffed grape leaves. Looks like dolma. I mean, look at that. It's like messed up. But I'm still doing it. See what I mean? I'm like a bulldog. I don't quit. But anyway, so what else is going on in your world, folks? How was your weekend? Hopefully it was fine. There's the website. Please go subscribe to the free newsletter. In fact, if you do it now, you will get today's newsletter in time. It's going out at 12 Pacific. Again, it's going to be about a bunch of different topics. It's about trading, obviously, about options, about stocks, about indexes, about ETFs, about dollar cost averaging, about rule of 72, about, all these things, compounding. Because I'm telling you, folks, these simple things, these are simple. Because investing could be really, really complicated. And that's why people don't talk about it, don't read about it, because they go like, I don't understand it. I'll just put my money in a savings account. I'll put my money in the bank. You can do worse for yourself by putting your money in your bank. There's no reason to put money in the bank. None. Zero. If you need it, today it's a cashless society. What do you need to put money in the bank for? Why are you giving your money to the bank just to lend it back to you, but 5 points higher? Why? There's no reason for it whatsoever. Float their money, use their credit cards. I'm not against that, by the way, unlike Dave Ramsey. That's great, as long as you can manage it. But don't live on credit cards. Don't carry balances. Those are things I agree with Dave Ramsey, but the rest I don't. It's like, that's awesome, as long as it's managed properly. But most of us can't manage properly. That's one problem. And to me, it's like this financial literacy is the problem. That's why we have this widest wealth gap in this country ever. Why? Because the top 5, 10% have figured out what to do. The bottom 90% have no clue. Although it's been more democratized through Robinhood and other stuff. Great. Let's take that a step further. Keep it simple, stupid. Start small. But you got to start. You have to start. You have to. $5 a day, $10 a day, $100 a month, whatever it is. You got to start. And with fractional shares these days, you can do all that, right? Robinhood, swipe up, boom, you're done. First of the month, $100 goes into some index, whatever you need to do. So those are the things I'm going to talk about on the free newsletter. And pretty soon, maybe, not pretty soon, but I would say probably starting next year, going to start doing some webinars. We're trying to figure out the technicalities, how we can do webinars for like 200-300 people at the same time. Just building it, It's just, I call it, if you build it, they will come. I'll just build it because it's important. For me, it's important. That's my way of paying it forward. That's my way of passing on my experience. Because, I can talk to you like a hedge fund manager, and then you'll go over your head. But then most people, that's when people get turned off, right? Because they make it complicated. Like if you go on CNBC, the top, let's say, I don't know, cable channel out there on finance or Bloomberg or whatever, all these YOLOers, all these clowns come on there and they sell their book. That's no good in that. None. Zero. Okay. So what you need to do is you need to start developing your own thought process, because what they're selling may not fit you, right? So just develop your own, develop a budget, all these important things. But invest, because you are in charge of your financial future, not the government, not your parents, unless they're rich. Nobody else, not your cousin, not your kids, not whatever. But the other thing is, I want to do is I want to create this dialogue, because look, kids have that little rocket ship in their hands called a cell phone, right? Well, they're going through and reading some about crypto, reading about stocks, reading about this, reading about that. They have an interest. So if it piques their interest, yes, they cannot have an account, but why don't you open an account for your kid? Start, teaching him about finance. Because you can talk about it all you want, but then doing it is something different. And you don't need millions of dollars, 6-figure accounts or whatever to do this. You can have $10 and do it. Okay? So, but do it. Don't procrastinate and do it. And don't come to me and say, oh, I'm broke. I don't have any money left at the end of the month. Yeah, I agree. You know why that is? That's because what the government's doing. That's because they gaslight you and tell you inflation is nothing. Well, inflation is a lot. Your money is losing value at 7, 8, 10% every year, every single year. So you can either go or be left behind. I just don't want anybody to be left behind. That's all there is to it. Hey, good morning, Lynn. You didn't miss anything. I'm just talking about my potentially broken left index finger. It's swollen. Other than that, you didn't miss anything. What did you miss? No, nothing. Crypto. Okay, let's go. I only have 2 positions, honestly. I cut everything down, cleaned everything up. I seriously don't like the market, but I'll trade, I'll play. All right, so let's go to the positions. We'll go talk about those. There's definitely momentum coming out of these high flyers, though. That's a given. Okay, so what do we have? What's going on? Okay, this is the SPY. I'll go through some charts. Apple having a massive move today. Okay, let's not be lagging now. Positions, I have 2 positions. I have a pretty decent size call debit spread going out to January 2027 on ASST, which is taking over Semler Scientific. I'm long the 2.5 calls and short the 10 calls, and I'm long the 5 calls and short the 10 calls. That's about it. That's one. That's Strive Inc. That's Vivek Ramaswamy company. The other position I have is on SBET. Out of all the DATs are digital asset treasury companies. I like this one the most. Why? Because it's selling at 0.91 MNAV, even with Ethereum over 4,000. The company is solid. The board is solid. Actually, some institution gave them $75 million to buy more Ethereum with a price of 17, and they bought an option. It's a 2-month out option. I mean, what institution? Now you're going to say, well, why didn't they go buy the stock itself? I don't know. But they're going to go buy more Ethereum with that money. They're also fully staking their Ethereum in about a couple months or a little bit more than that. They have received about 5,100 Ethereum by staking their Ethereum. So board or management is extremely solid. They're very qualified folks. So what do I have on this one? I'm long 2,000 shares. Average cost 17. I'll probably add to that. Stock is down to 15. I added today to my put credit spread. Put credit spread is short 15 puts and long the 12.5 puts. I am doing this with defined risk stuff just for the fact that there's no guarantees Ethereum, although Tom Lee says Ethereum is going to go to 8,000, 10,000, there's no guarantees. Just protecting my downside, give me all the upside. So I'm taking the money that I'm collecting from it's very equity efficient, by the way, doing put credit spreads. So I know my risk going in. I put those on about $1. I put more on today at like $1.40. So 2.5 is the wing. Let's say it's not an iron condor or anything, but let's say 2.5 is my max loss because 15.5, 12.5. But I'm taking in $1.40, so my potential loss is $1.10. If it tanks, if it goes to 12.5, let's say. These are January 2026. And then I am long 40 January 15, 2026 calls. So I'm giving myself every chance for this. If it does move up to 17, 18, 20, it's going to be a ridiculously profitable endeavor. But then it's going to move with Ethereum. It's not going to do anything else. So if Ethereum doesn't go, this is not going to go anywhere. That's why you sell the put credit spreads, because you're collecting premium. And the calls you're buying are basically bought with that premium that you collected. So I'm short 45 PCSs or put credit spreads going out to January. I'm long 40 January 15 calls. We're kind of in the money. We're 1501, 1502 today. We're high as 1550. It's pulling back a little bit because Ethereum is pulling back. And I will add to the put credit spreads anytime I can get 140, 150 range. And in order for that to happen, it probably has to go under 15, but we'll see. And those are the 2 positions. There are other, I put out my technical analysis, which I'm going to do every Sunday going forward. My watch list, chopstick technical analysis watch list or stocks. But I'll go through a few now. So are we down on TOS2 now? I don't know if it was fine going in the morning, so I don't know what's going on. But that goes to show how dependent we are on companies like Amazon or web services, right? Cloud services. It's like, look at this chart. Chart's not coming up. I don't know what's going on. All these companies have some sort of relationship, and when the pipes get broken, nothing gets done. So yeah, I don't know. It's a blank screen waiting for data. I didn't think TOS had a problem, but then it looks like they have a problem. Oh, there it is. Okay, so this is the 1 year, 1 day chart on SPX. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It's pretty slow. Okay, so we had a massive down day a couple of weeks ago, as we guys know. Then we kind of bull flag, messed around here. Now today we're kind of going to go retest. We're literally 0.5%, not even, maybe 1/3% from an all-time high on SPX. Triple Q, same thing. VIX actually triple Q, maybe making a new all-time high today. VIX got crushed on Friday, and today getting more crushed. We're down to about 18. We went almost up to 30 on VIX. VIX is the volatility index. You guys have to watch that. This is TLT. This is the interest rates. As you guys can see, if TLT is going up, it's an inverse indicator. If TLT is going up, interest rates are going down. This is on the 20-year note or 20-year bond, which most mortgages and some auto loans on the 10-year are done, or 5-year. But this is the long end of the curve. So we're above, comfortably now above the chart of the EMA. Long-term rates are coming down, but you have to understand why long-term rates are coming down, okay? Interest rates don't go down if the economy is strong. Interest rates start coming down if the economy is weak, and the Fed only can control the front end or the short end of the curve. They can't do anything about the long end. Long end has its own mind. It's such a huge market. Even the Fed cannot regulate anything there. So let's go through a few of the Max 7s and some nosebleeds. Apple, new all-time high today, I'm pretty sure. Yep, Apple, new all-time high. After the Apple product introduction day, they sold it off, kind of held it together, and new all-time high today. Looks good. Let's see what's happening to Amazon with their problems. It's up $2.50. So much for that, right? I guess nobody cares. But the dependency on a lot of our apps and what we use to these cloud services is a key. As you guys know, what happened. Who was it? I don't know. It was a big company that got hurt a couple of 6 months ago or so. But long story, I think it was CrowdStrike. Yeah, Google, yeah, all-time high. I think the only one that's not there is Netflix. Well, that's having a massive day. So that after all this consolidation, that looks like it's about to probably go make a new all-time high. NVIDIA is not participating, although AMD and MU are participating. NVIDIA is just kind of going sideways. AMD, new ATH, yep, 242 up another 9. Same thing with Micron. Yep, that's a new all-time high. So yeah, I mean, you can't question the market. The market's telling you something. Market's making all-time highs. A lot of these stocks are making all-time highs. What is there to question? Palantir has been going sideways for, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 5th week we're going sideways. Bollinger Bands are as tight as they get. Well, what happens to Bollinger Bands when they get this tight is when they start opening up to the upside or downside, we're going to get a sustained move out of this. This is a bullish pattern in my book, but I will trade this either way, break down or break out without a question. Palantir has 2x ETF or with options we can trade. This thing is going to go to 200 probably easily and quickly. It'll be like a breakout, something like this. So it may coincide with the earnings, actually. Earnings are coming up on that on November 3rd. And, we're in earnings season, by the way, folks. But what's happening with like some of these regional banks today, they're bouncing. But like Zion Bank, let's say, look what happened to that on Friday. That thing was off like 13 points. Same thing is happening with 13%. It's bouncing today. Same thing has happened with Jeffries, with the Fortune Brands debacle, right? Okay. You can go check the news on that. Going back to Max 7s, Meta, kind of consolidating, I mean, they're all within reach of all-time highs. Microsoft, same thing, looks almost identical to Meta. Tesla is also consolidating. Yeah, definitely consolidating. Pretty close to reaction high. I don't think Tesla's all-time high is 488. I think it's higher. Let's see. Tesla has been dead money. Now it's kind of moving. No, it is all-time high is 488, right? Is that it? Yep, it's pretty close. We're at 443. 1 year, 1 day. A couple of things like a couple of the nosebleeds, Oklo. It's just kind of, I mean, look, stock's so high still. It's like 193. It hit just about down to 160. Rigetti. They have inverse ETFs on these. You can tell the momentum is coming out. Like market's super strong today on NASDAQ and Rigetti on its low down about 177. On Rigetti, the inverse ETF is RGTZ. IONQ, I think it was down last time. Yep, we're down to the 50 EMA. So if you got the balls, if you do believe, which I don't, but this thing is down from 85 down to 60 in a matter of days while the market's making all-time high. So when the juice comes out of these things, I actually put a good video about don't be a bag holder in these. Hopefully you're not. But then a lot of the YOLO boys will go like, oh, this is going to go to 300. I'm like, okay, cool. I mean, I may give it a crack actually, just on IONQ, just for a trade, maybe 6-8 points. IONZ is the 2x inverse ETF, and I think it's IONX is the IONX is 2x. Like look at that thing. That hit the high of 208. We're down to 100, down 50% because it's a 2x ETF. So if I feel like trading IONQ, I'll probably trade IONX, the 2x ETF, for a quick few points. What's happening with BMNR and SBET is up to what's happening with ETH, which is this. This is the ETF, right? That's it. There's no ifs and buts about it. So ETH corrected from on the grayscale ETF, or ETHA, as I think is the same chart. ETHA is the iShares. A little bit of a bounce today. It's just kind of consolidating. A lot of people are talking shit about it, but I don't know. It's just consolidating. This is Bitcoin, right? Almost pulled back to 200 EMA. A lot of my members keep asking me about Reddit. I don't know why they keep asking me. Today it's kind of, okay. We'll see. We'll see what happens. It's in the middle of nowhere. I don't know. I like Affirm. I like Lemonade. Affirm, nice big move today. Up about 6%. Lemonade and some small stocks. We'll take a look at Open in a minute. This is Lemonade. I do like this company quite a bit. Earnings are coming out on this one when November 5th, so we got a couple of weeks. I do like this company quite a bit. And then a couple of small ones I'm watching is BZAI, Blaze Holdings. I'm actually, I don't know, I want to commit some dollars to Bull Weeble. Oh, it's up 23 now. Now it's rallying. I think I'm going to buy some 2x ETF of Weeble. Yeah, I got that. I mean, I think I do like it. I mean, if Hood is where it's at, again, Bull is not Hood. Okay, let's not compare those two, but same business, right? Look at Hood and look at Bull. That's Weeble. I like these things. I'm going to go this sideways, low risk really at these levels. And then the lockup has expired. They traded 250 million shares in 3 days. So whoever wanted to get out is out without really killing the price that much, although they kind of did actually. It was like from 16 to down to almost single digits. Okay, down to 10. So it's about 40%. So BOLG is the 2x ETF of Weeble. 750. I think I'm going to go buy some shares. I don't think they have options, but if they do, check it. In fact, let me just go buy some now before I forget. It does have options. Interesting. But then there is no open interest. Look at these bids and asks. November anyway. Like, let's see, November 10s. Yeah, 0 bid 255 offer, $1.20 bid, $1.94 open interest. Yeah, I can't transact with that market maker. I'll just go buy some shares. My account's like 90% cash, so I'll just buy some shares. Let's start with 500 shares at 750. We'll scale in, we'll scale out, folks. That's my bid. Oh, we just bought it. Okay, cool. So we have 500. Let's put another order in. Let's put another order in. We'll buy 500 shares at a time. We'll buy a few thousand shares of this. Let's buy another 500. Yeah, something goofy is going on here. What do we buy? Every nickel? Every dime? Yeah, every nickel is aggressive. Let's buy every dime. That's how I do it. I don't go all in at once. There's no point. I buy it up or down, by the way. So, yeah. So we're long 500 shares at 750. We'll keep buying it. We'll buy it at 760 as well. Up a dime, down a dime. Accumulate. That's how you do it. Create a position. Okay. I like Resolve AI. Kind of consolidating. Some of small names anyway. Open was up today. Yeah, it's up about 3.5%, 4%. I mean, it came and tagged the 50 MA. We tested it. There's definitely going to be a move up there. I don't know how much of a move, but it's definitely a consolidation pattern. I think it's going to go higher. A lot of people are bullish on Oscar. Yeah, having a decent day today. Up about that. Pony AI, and I do like that. That's at the 50-day. There's a trade there for sure. And WeRide are the Chinese Waymos, basically. Yeah, both charts are nice. I like these consolidation patterns. I want to short Carvana the worst possible way. Yeah, I'm just going to wait, and we'll press on it. I don't think it has a 2x inverse ETF, but we can short. Let me see. Yeah, it's a 2x long ETF. Can we short that, though, without paying crazy amounts of money? Oh, no. Oh. Estimated annualized rate is 31.25%. Daily fee is $1.63. Jesus fucking Christ. That means everybody else is trying to do the same thing, so it's difficult to short that. I don't know. We'll put some sort of an option position on that probably instead of shorting that. But yeah. Yeah, those are about it. I mean, that's what I'm seeing. I have my shopping list ready if in case something happens. If you have any questions, put them up, post them up. I'll try to answer it. Yeah, this is the Beyond Meat one today. Oh my God! See, who's talking now? $1.32 up 107%, and here comes the short squeeze. Supposedly, is it though? Look at this. It opened. I mean, the narrative is there, right? The Wall Street bets boys are all over it. Does this have options? Oh my God, it has options. This weekly options. Look at these. Look at these volumes on these weekly options. Wow. 800 IV on the puts and calls. I think that's as high as I've seen it. Wow. Look at this volume, folks. Look at this gamma squeeze going on. Dollar calls, 45,000 open interest. They traded 120,000 already, and we're only not even 11. 1.5 calls, 9,100 open interest, traded 95,000. 2 calls, 57 open interest, traded 57,000. 2.5 calls, 37 open interest. They're basically trading 10x their open interest. And here's the killer: 5.5 calls are a nickel bid, 840 IV. They have traded 10,000 options on 66 open interest. So for all of you who are uninitiated, this is what happens, so 10,000 options traded on the 5.5 calls expiring this Friday, folks. Okay. That's why the IV is 850. So who's selling those, right? The market makers are. Okay, how do they protect themselves? Well, they have to hedge at some point. And they hedge with the underlying, and they hedge with different options, right? And the same thing is happening, by the way, on the puts. So it looks like a bunch of people are selling puts, buying calls. Not as heavy as the other one, though. Wow. Weekly 5.5 calls on $1.35 stock. That's about bankrupt. Or a nickel bid. Wow. This is next week's. Next week's is also going nuts. Lower IV about 600. It's still, I'm joking. I mean, it's ridiculous. 1.5 calls, 2,300. Open interest, 40,000. Yeah. Here's the YOLO boys. Here's the Robinhood YOLO boys. They're just buying the shit out of these options. Market maker puts 500, 800 IV on these. They don't care. They keep buying. $7 calls for November are 15 bid. 661 open interest, 8,000 they traded so far. I mean, look, it works. If you can squeeze them. So far, it's working today. And the volume is pretty damn high. Yeah, it sure is. Stock has traded 750 million shares so far. We're at not even 11. And here it is. Low was 45 cents. Well, 51 cents a couple days ago. That's insane. Like, and then people go like, why don't you trade these, Sergio? I go, there's many ways to skin a cat. I don't wanna mess with these. I mean, look, there's money to be made, obviously. Like today, if you day traded this thing, you could have made some money. You know, no. But then for me, no thanks. Anyway, yeah, those are the things that I'm watching, honestly. And I'm also watching SOLT, by the way. Let me just look at that chart. I'm gonna do some call debit spreads on that without selling put credit spreads. Let me take a look at this. 1717 Solana, I think. They approved the ETF, not because of that. I do like SOLT, the 2X ETF. Let me see where those are for November. October is expired. So 10, I'm going to do 2030 call debit spreads. If they're less than $1.50, I'm going to put them on now before I forget. Buying the 20s. Selling the 10s. $1.45. Yep, let's do it. Let's do 25 of those. Let's do 20 of them. We'll do 100 of them. $1.45 debit. What's the bid and ask on this? $250 to $65. $5. We can do it at $260, $10.50. $1.45 sounds good. Of course, the market maker is not going to give it to me. We'll go up to $1.50. That's it. And then let's duplicate. Let's go nickel. Let's see if we can get 20 down to $1.50. $5. And then we'll go $1. No, we'll go $1.35. That's 80. And then we'll go $1.30 for today. We'll see what happens tomorrow. We'll adjust for tomorrow. If they all get done, great. I'll have 100 call debit spread. And $1.30. Okay, let's see the put credit spreads on this and how efficient these things are. November. Unfortunately, they don't have weeklies on SOLT, which is bad, but it's okay. November is a long time. We have 100 days. No, I mean 32 days. It's not that far actually. Oh, maybe I should put December's on. Yeah. Let's see where the call debit spreads are on December. They're 4, they're double. Wow. 2030 for December. If it's a little bit more expensive, which they should be, but reasonable, I may do December's, not do the November's. Do some November's, some December's. Wrong one. We're buying the 20s. Spread is wide, 370, 430. It's tough. 210, 260. I mean, come on now. What? Oh no, never mind. Let's do it again. Buy the 20s. Sell the 30s. $1.65. Yeah, 20 cents more for another month. Let's do those. But then the spread is so wide, we probably can pick those off at 155 maybe. Let's go with 155. Nope, didn't do it. Yeah, let's cancel the November's, some of them. Let's go 10 cents in November. So we did 150. We'll do 140. So we canceled the 145. We'll go December. We canceled the 35. So we'll do 60 of the Novembers. And then we'll do December's 155, 145. We'll do every 10 cents. If it happens, it happens. When I pull back, we'll get it. Okay. So we'll do some mixture in November, December's. And let's see where the put credit spreads are on this for November. I wouldn't go to December for those. Trying to put on a put credit spread to pay for the trade, right? Stock is 1775. It was as low as 15. Okay. Let's do 1614 or 16. Sell the 16 puts. Buy the 14 puts. 87-cent credit for 5 lots. Requirement is $569. I like it. Let's do that. 1614. It's not paying fully, but it's paying for some. 1614. We'll do that on the pullback. When it's pulling back, we'll put the credit spreads on. We'll probably do a better price while I'm buying the rest of the call debit spreads. We'll just wait. That's why, there's a great video coming out today. It's at noon. It's titled, and look at Rigetti selling down to 44 now. It's titled, You Don't Have to Chase Every Bubble. And if you did chase the bubble on ARQQ and, Rigetti's and all these quantum stocks, you're going to pay for it somehow. You're definitely going to pay for it. This is ARQQ hanging on the 50 EMA. IONQ is probably under 50 EMA now. Yep. Sure is. We're right at it. MACD turned over. Bearish divergence on the new high. No interest at the moment. There's support here. If it takes out like 59, I think this thing is going to sell off to 50 quickly. That's when we may give it a shot. Rigetti's way long way to go. I mean, it's almost 50% above its 50 EMA. If they were 100% above its 50 EMA. IONZ is the inverse ETF for IONQ, and RGTZ is the inverse ETF for RGTI. They brought out those at the right time, didn't they? They sure did. Anyway, folks, so I'm going to go take care of this finger. So we'll find out. It's 1 hour. I'll answer a couple of questions if you do have them. So I'm putting on SOLT call debit spreads, November's and December's 2030 call debit spread. Again, this will move with the underlying being Solana. So let's see if on SBAT we can do something here. Solana SBAT 3310. Can we do more called put credit spreads? 15, 12 and a half is going aggressive on this. Yeah, I think so. $1.40 though. No, I don't want to do the $1.40. I want to do like $1.50 range. Okay. Bought the bull. Oh, it's 760. We got to buy another 500 shares. Got to buy every 10 cents up, every 10 cents down, folks. Got to be disciplined. We don't want to just own 500 shares. We want to own more. Paid $7.59 for it. Sounds good to me. So we're up to 1,000 shares. 760 bid. It gets 770. We'll buy another 500 shares. And then we have an order to buy at 740. Okay, cool. That's it for today. The BOLG is the 2x ETF of bull, by the way, so you guys know. Yeah, I think we're going to get a little action here. I'm just trying to make some points here, okay? Even with the injury, mental and physical, I'm done with. Let's see. Let's open this up a little bit. Let's see this clearly. Okay, I don't mind. I'll add more up here at 12. I'll keep adding. You know, a lot of people say buy low, sell high. I don't subscribe to that model. Buy high, sell higher. Go down 740, I'll buy some more. Yeah. SBAT and BMN are selling off, which is fine. So we want to put these spreads on 140, 130. That's fine. December's are 155, 145. That's fine. Okay, cool. We only did 20. We'll see. We did it at $1.50. November 2030s. I'll probably put on 20 of the credit spreads to pay for some of that. And if not, I'll get assigned. I'll be fine with it. That's all. Okay, folks. That's it for me today. Indexes are moving up because all-time high almost. Well, it is, yeah. Triple Qs are all-time high. All right. I'm going to go have a cup of coffee and take care of my wounds. Yeah. All right. No questions? Okay, cool. Put on a couple of positions. So you guys, well, I'll post the positions. I'll post the positions on the community page. I'll obviously post it for my chat group. It's in the community page of the YouTube channel. So please go subscribe. Please put a thumbs up. Supposedly it helps. If you do follow me, do it at your own risk. What I do is very risky. It's not trading, financial, or investment advice. My account can't handle it. What I'm doing probably requires level 3 options when I'm on certain strategies. So, you know, that's that. Please go subscribe to my free newsletter if you have some time to get the second one today. If you do subscribe, you have to go www. It's right here. Something's wrong with all this. www.sergioavadian.com. Go subscribe to the newsletter. You'll learn quite a bit. And then you can communicate through that with me, obviously. And yeah. We want to pay it forward. We want to educate. We want to inform. We want to have some financial literacy in this country. And do it in an honest way, simple way, as opposed to complicated. Okay? Investing should be, it's a must. You have to invest, okay? With what's going on, with the debasing of the currency, all that good stuff I've talked about for a year on this channel, you have to invest. Look at gold, right? Okay. So look at stocks. You have to invest. You have to learn how to dollar cost average. You have to learn all this stuff. You have to make it complicated. You know, sometimes my stuff is complicated, granted, but then keep it simple, stupid, and do it. Bought it this morning. What did you buy this morning then? CrowdStrike? I haven't looked at that since that debacle that they had. Yeah. So I bought, what did I buy? Some BULG, and I bought some called debit spreads while I was live. And I will keep on BULG, which is the 2x ETF of BULL. Webull. I think we're going to get a little move up here. If the market hangs in here and crypto hangs in here, I think Webull is lagging Hood big time. And once then the lockup is over, so I think we'll have a good probability trade here. So I'll buy some more shares. And BULG is optionable. So for the cover call crowd, which I'm completely against, by the way, we guys sell some calls if it moves up and then take some money in. But yeah, that's it. My hat's off. Shout out to Quantata for sending the hat. I'll probably go stop by at their stream tomorrow. So they have a free Discord server, by the way, free. And William runs it, and he runs it beautifully. And please go check them out. They don't draw chopsticks. They mostly 0DT day trade. They probably mostly sell premium. If you don't understand what that is, go read a book about options. I did recommend on my chat group a technical analysis book and an option education book. I like those. I have no affiliation with any of these people, by the way. So I use it. I like it. I mention it. I have zero affiliation with Quantata, by the way. But I do like William, and I do like what they're doing there. They're analyzing data, option flow. They're not the only one. There are other ones, but I like the way they're doing it with full transparency, free Discord server. I mean, what else do you want? So go log in, Quantata. Listen, just listen in. You'll learn. You'll learn quite a bit. Anyway, so with that said, I'm going to go get an x-ray because it's throbbing. Your goal is, let's see, this is the way we ended. May all your shorts tank, and may all your longs moon. How about that? That's a good wish. See you guys on Wednesday. Trading with Sergio. Subscribe to the channel and subscribe to the free newsletter. Have a great week.